Hey guys, welcome to Zonny Polo's channel. There's a lot of news going on about the Sony leaks. It's becoming monotonous. We every day look at the same information. Basically, we're being teased with the fact that Spider-Man is coming to. They want Spider-Man to go to Marvel. Sony don't know what they're doing. They're running the character into the ground. And one of my first drafts to this, I quoted Josh Wilding from Comic Book Movie in an article he wrote about how the best thing to do is to just leave it with Marvel and to move forward for the sake of the character. Um, but what I want to talk to you guys about today, um, kind of in response to his article, which I will link in the description below, but um, also just in general to Sony, is really what is it that fans want? Why do we go to the movies? Why do we do what we do? Why do we care about these characters? What do they mean to us? Um, we go to the movies to escape, to do something fun. Most people aren't film students or like art house aficionados, and they're not going there just to go there to check out the amazing cinematography. They're there because they wanted to do something fun today. Maybe they want to go on a date. Maybe they haven't seen a family member in a while and decided everyone should just go hang out at the movies. This time of year, maybe families come over for Christmas, and so there's nothing to do. Go to the movies. It's for fun. It's the point. How much fun is it to basically see an ad? Now, I'm not talking about the quality of Sony's films or the quality of what they did with Spider-Man. I'm just saying in general, they are trying to copy Marvel's pattern of setting up for larger, bigger films. You can't really argue this. That is literally what Sony has said in their emails from the hack. It was all just a big setup to larger films. Like this, Sinister Six was their big thing. But if we don't care about the characters, if there's no time invested, then it doesn't matter. If people complained that the three villains that showed up in Spider-Man didn't have enough time, how can you have six of these characters and somehow explain? That doesn't make sense. And then there's a lot of fans online who will argue and troll and make like a big deal for their opinion about it, but at the end of the day, it it's not debatable. Three too many, six way too many. That it doesn't math doesn't work like that. It doesn't somehow get easier. And then you have to explain how these characters relate to Spider-Man. If we bring in the Vulture out of nowhere, why would he care about Spider-Man? What is that character? We haven't seen Vulture. So again, you go back to the questions: why do people go to the cinema? Why do they go to the movies? What are they looking for? Well, they don't want something confusing. They don't want to have to dig through like all sorts of nonsense just to maybe see a character that they kind of like from the comics one time. I am very tired of the redundancy that these announcements are are making. It's hurtful as a fan to get this tease up and down. Is Spider-Man going to be in the Marvel Universe? Is he not going to be in it? They need to decide. And the news media that keeps leaking these things, whatever was leaked some time ago, because of the interview with Seth Rogen and Sony paying the price for that. It was already leaked. They're not getting new leaked stuff. It was all released by these like North Korean hackers. Um, so I feel like there's some sort of pattern to this, isn't there? Like, honestly, why? Would you just keep repeating the same story and then act like it's news? And if you notice, every bit of information that we get leads closer and closer to the concept that Spider-Man will be in Marvel. It's almost like it was already decided, and this is a tease to see if fans will be excited. I've said this before on comicbookmovie.com, but it seems like some sort of viral marketing scheme. I don't want to play that game. Sony needs to give Spider-Man to Marvel, and that's it. There's really nothing more. They'll run the character into the ground otherwise, and we will just keep. We will eventually get to the point where he's delegated to just movies, and no one will want to invest in a Spider-Man film because it'll be too costly. And then the worst scenario is that because of that, it'll make the Raimi movies look like the best Spider-Man movies ever, which they weren't. You have Peter Parker, who is humorless in that and just depressing, and then you have this cocky Peter Parker who wants everything to go his way and is upset when he can't have his cake and eat it too. Literally, the end of the first movie, he promises a dying man that he would leave his daughter alone. And then in the same movie, before the film ends, breaks his promise. He learned absolutely nothing. And then the second film opens with him being haunted by the ghost of her father because he broke the promise and just straight up ignored him. And a friend of mine pointed out something a couple years back that I didn't even notice. If you go back and watch Spider-Man 1, uh, Captain Stacy says something along the lines of like, just do me one thing, don't ever touch my daughter or something like that. Peter stares at him, and he's like, and Captain Stacy says, promise me, Peter, promise me. And Peter says nothing and just stares at him. That was intentional. The character was really not agreeing to it. That makes him a jerk. Someone's dying and you can't even, give them what they want, which makes sense, and then comes to pass? Like, really, dude? I can't. I can't care about characters and stories that don't make sense. I can't get caught in Marvel's redundancy, or, I'm sorry, Sony's redundancy, or maybe I should say the redundancy of the news media covering Sony. Either way, it seems pretty cut and paste. We're just repeating the same things. I want a direct decision, and there's this a summit coming up in January for Spider-Man. Maybe by then we'll have everything figured out. Maybe Marvel decide if they're gonna team up with Sony and vice versa. Until then, I'm officially out. I'm not playing this game anymore. And from now on, I'm gonna just look at the other comic book news. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, I'll catch you later.